4 levels of change that impact you and me every single day. First of all, there's the environmental level. Think of how many things have changed in our environment that affect the services that we provide. What's one of the biggest environmental changes? Money, right? Everything is budget process, budget shortfall, not enough money, not enough resources. Yes, true? And the whole philosophy of care to children and families has changed. Raise your hand if you've been doing this work for more than 15 years. More than 15 years? Yes. Then have you seen changes in philosophy and approach? Yes? Absolutely. So that is what we mean when we talk about environmental change. First and foremost, it's that big piece that affects everything we do. Now, the second level of change is organizational. Some examples of organizational change would be maybe you got a new executive director, maybe you got a reshuffling of structure, maybe the departmental structure has changed. How many of you, by a show of hands, have experienced organizational changes at the agency you work in? Right. And isn't that like starting from scratch many times? Different philosophies, different approaches, different ways of doing things. And you'll notice with environmental and organizational factors, we as individuals don't have much control, do we? We are working on the receiving end rather than the initiating end. Now, the second level of change is within the group. Now, what can happen within the group is that people begin to shift. Some people leave their job. That's a constant problem with agencies that are dealing with the services you provide. True? People leave, new people come in, then you've got to start from scratch. You've got to do your on-the-job training. You've got to bring people into the fold. That creates a change. Many times with group change like that, you start to have interpersonal conflict. Anybody ever experienced interpersonal conflict? Show of hands. Yeah. You know, it's one of the biggest problems we face every day in doing our jobs. So group change can be huge. And again, some of that is in your control, much of it is not. The final level of change is change within the individual. That's where each individual has the most control. And that's where we can really affect usefulness. And that's what we're going to really focus on today. Now, these 4 levels of change are in no way mutually exclusive. They will overlap all the time, and they will interact all the time. So the question is, are you prepared? And are your employees prepared? Because they're going to want your help, and that's what you can do.